Hello, my friend Fred DeFalco, Sunday, June 29th, 2025. Every Sunday, I am going to start a series here and getting real and raw in order to help us reach world peace by 2035. This morning, when I woke up, I could not believe the soul struggle I was having, the doubts I was having. What are you trying to do with all this craziness and the real estate business and accelerated sales and your other marketing business and the school of Twisdomology for soul clarity and certainty? Darn, you don't have 1 ounce of clarity. And this was on top of a really big win yesterday, a big success for one of my coaching clients who've been struggling after 10 years of marriage, built a big, beautiful business. Long story, but things were all ready to fall apart yesterday after really facing the truth in ourselves and then really digging deep. In about 20, 25 minutes, we came up with a life plan, a business plan that is going to rock your world once we're able to disclose it. We're putting it together as a gift to her husband, so we won't talk anymore about that. But wow, what a great day yesterday. And this morning, I woke up like in torment, right? And saying, what's this all about? Are you really serious about this? Who are you? What are you doing? And I just was, it was a real soul struggle. And I am committed. I'm turning to my real estate practices. Go to 920real.com into 100% 2035 world peace because of how important this topic is. And that is the soul versus the ego. I've done this video now 14 different times, and hopefully this is the last, but it's what we battle. Let me rock through this. It's going to be long. You're not going to want to miss this, so come back to it if you don't have time now. Who is Fred DeFalco and why should it matter to you? Forget my name, but focus on the mission for your true self and our world vision. And the world vision, your world first, and then the entire world. And this morning, this came up. I mean, it came up. I was struggling right before sunrise, and it hit me right before sunrise. Soul sensing. Fred, you got to really get in and teach this concept of soul sensing, them sensing their own soul. The world is not ending. It's just beginning, and so are you. The end of the ends, the beginning of the now, the new you, and the new world. And then this concept from a song, do you want truth and wisdom that moves and breathes, not just something to believe or achieve? A truth that lifts you above the noise, that brings love and peace so powerful it destroys all fear and conflict at the root? This is what we did yesterday with just these two simple questions that I keep talking about that's going to bring about world peace. And what we came up with is going to rock any married couple's world when we are able to reveal this in about a month. But yet this morning I wake up in this ego battle. It was crazy. And we all do need a PhD in love and peace and where to get it? The University of Twisdomology, the school of time, truth, and wisdom. And that's what we did yesterday. My coaching client and I, we faced it. We were able to come up with it. And right before, then this is the sunrise. Look at this. This is incredible. Well, look at this sunrise. I want to show this to you. And you can see the typing there. To know you who truly are. I walked out. I saw the sunrise. As I'm sitting there struggling on the deck, and I go, wait a minute. Wow, look at the sunrise today. I wasn't even paying attention. And then I came up with this idea of soul sensing. And what's it mean? Sing, an S-E-N song. And I want to share this with you. But wow, what a sunrise. So let's jump in here of soul sensing. My favorite quote, life can be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. Here I am, 71 years old, and I'm still struggling with that darn ego. A soul-sensing journey through life, real estate, peace, purpose, and the power already within all of us. Soul Sensing, June 29, 2025, your personal why. Now, we are living in such a powerful time. I said right before I started preparing this, I said, you know what, ChatGPT, and this is what brought about my Twisdomology in the last year and a half, writing the book, getting the organization started, so working with ChatGPT all this time, the last 18 months, I said, hey, you know what, what's my why? Why am I really doing this? Because I'm really struggling, right? To balance this and businesses and all that. But now I'm converting the businesses, go in there and look at my business page, 920real.com. Scroll down to the bottom. Everything I do for the rest of my life is going to be 2035worldpeace.org. And this is for my 8-year-old granddaughter where I got inspired when she was born. The photos behind me, my baby photo and her 8-year-old photo, when she turned 8 years old this year, because it started when she was born, the week she was born. This vision came to me. Sets a goal so high you have to live and become the person to achieve it by her 18th birthday. And that's where that 2035 number came from. So this is what ChatGPT came back with. Took the summary of the last 18 minutes. To awaken the soul and humanity, starting with the one in front of you, you've lived through struggle, success, reinvention, and revelation, not just for yourself, but so you could return to others as a guide, a mirror, and a voice of truth, love, and peace. Your mission is to help people remember who they are beyond ego, roles, and achievements. Reclaim the divine purpose buried beneath their pain, noise, and programming. Rise into soul-powered action that transforms families, industries, and societies. Restore a world of peace and goodwill by starting with the only battleground that matters, the human heart. You are a soul sensing guide, a real estate reformer, a Twisdomologist, and a voice for the 2035 World Peace Movement. Twisdomology being truth and wisdom, and time and wisdom working together. I won't go into my life story where that got founded when I was just a kid, a salesman, teaching other salesmen about time management. That's in the channel already. But your why isn't about roles or titles. It's this, because I am you and you are me. And even if one of us forgets the truth of who we are, we all suffer. And see, that's the key, because one of the things that, I have sought for all my life is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Now, where that led me, there's a long story that's in some of the other videos. I don't want to get into that right now, but I really want you to understand is that I am here for you to really get down into that soul. So soul sensing, the world is not ending, it's just beginning, and so are you. The end of ends, the beginning of the now, the new you, and the new world. I want to repeat that over and over again. The new heavens, the new earth, pay attention. You may have to check your belief systems at the door. Many of you might already know my story. 35 years in evangelical Christianity. I used to teach some of these things that the world is going to end and this and that and all. But it's deeper than that. It's bigger than that. The School of Twisdomology, I'm not trying to get anyone to change anything, but to rise above everything, transcending psychology, theology, and all others. And I'm hoping that this will do it. One of the discouragements I woke up with is I spent 30, 40 hours on a poem, and I was ready to throw it away. I said, who are you, and what are you doing? But anyway, this morning, again, the truth and wisdom and time and wisdom, as soon as I committed to it, I awakened something within me, and this idea of soul sensing came up. We've been taught to fear endings and the end of days, the end of life, the end of a relationship, a career, a story, the worst, end of the world, or an end times. I taught that for 35 years. We argue, debate, mourn, we strive, we fear, we fight for who is right versus what is right, all in the name of what we believe is coming, which most of the time we all, many people teach an ending of some type. A Messiah. A Messiah is going to come and save us. Nothing else to it. This life, that's all there is. All because of what we believe. But it's bigger than that. It's deeper than that. This is all about you, your soul, just like your thumbprint and your DNA. When will head noise end so everyone in the world can win? But what if there were no ends, only sensing, soul sensing? A Zen song, not just a Zen song. In the beginning, God. Every present moment is a new beginning for me and the world. This is what I started thinking this morning. Wow, this is more powerful than we think. Whether you are even agnostic or atheist, it still applies to you, because this is about you, your soul. What's going on inside? What messages are you getting? So this idea of the Zen song is soul encouragement to say no. is to say no. That's the soul's encouragement to say no. When we are, something is not right, we're not comfortable, it doesn't feel right, it doesn't fit. That's when I first started questioning my theology. Back in 2000, saying, "Wait a minute, we missed this and missed that." It's deeper than that. It's bigger than that. So this is your soul's encouragement of no. When you start sensing any uncomfortableness, and when I share this poem, this is going to get more clear. Focus on sin, not sin, which is another topic I'll address in the poem. Hang in for the beginning of this presentation. You notice I didn't say end because there's no ending, I just said. So the beginning, just like a graduation, a college, higher education, high school, whatever it is, it's a commencement. So wait for the commencement, okay? No, but your soul is telling you anything that's going on in your life, anytime you're battling with the ego, it's your soul saying, hey, say no. No to fear, no to ego, no to illusions, no to the lie that something is wrong with you, no to the belief that life has a final fixed destination, no to what you need to believe or achieve. No, right away we think we have to achieve something or believe that. No to religious friends who say you need to know God. You already do. You need to know the real you. No to everyone and everything you've ever been taught to believe or achieve until you learn to sing. Then come back and look at it. And in my poem, I think it's going to bring this home. I like that. In my poem, it'll bring it home. How's that? Sen sing. This is what it's all about. Sen singing. Every no the soul whispers are pointing you to a big yes, to peace versus conflict and love versus fear. Your soul sense and intelligence, your soul's default to its source. Folks, just as I was battling that darn ego and the sun started to rise, that beautiful sunrise, it's amazing. Yes to the present. Yes to the eternal. Yes to the now that never dies. I was so much in the ego, I was actually missing when the sun first started coming up. There were a few clouds out there. And then as I was really digging deep, and I looked up and I go out, and lo and behold, I get to witness this. It was unbelievable. And then this whole idea of sensing. Fred, use your soul sense. Use your soul sense. Just incredible. So yes to the now that never dies. Sensing is not effort. It's not struggle. It's just a matter of changing your view, right? It's not about knowing more. I know too much, really. I need to see more. And that's what I started doing. I started seeing. It's not struggle. It's not performance. It's soul. Soul sensing is a quiet awareness, divine song beneath all your noise. It's not grasping. It's not earning. It's the innate soul wisdom within that whispers, but in the beginning. That's what happened in the beginning. So this morning I said, wait a minute, this is a new start. Every moment is new. In the beginning was the Word. This is a scripture. In the beginning was the Word, and that beginning never ended. Never ended. Never ended. It is still speaking right now to you. Well, people say, what do you mean it doesn't end? My grandfather, my mother, this person just died. They ended? Well, no, they didn't end. Look at the earth. Every 90 to 100 years, it totally replaced with people. But nothing's ended. It just keeps getting rebirth, rebirth, rebirth every moment of our heartbeat. In the beginning was the Word, and that beginning never ended. It is still speaking right now to you. What if we stopped believing in the end? What if we looked at death not as the end of life, but as a soul returning to life more fully? What if we looked at failure not as the end of a dream, but as the beginning of an alignment? What if we lived the present moment? What if we lived like the present moment is pregnant with new creation? Just think about that expectation. And that's what I experienced this morning. Because it is. It is. The world is not ending. Humanity is not collapsing. Your soul is not broken. Everything is becoming new. Behold, all things are new. The new heaven and new earth. Right here, right now, always. The song of the soul is sensing. Sensing doesn't resist, doesn't strive, doesn't debate, doesn't defend, doesn't project. I wanted to project my negativity all over this beautiful sunrise this morning before I said, wow, it's amazing what what the ego wants to do, but not when you're singing, okay? Sensing. Sensing doesn't panic when seasons shift. It listens, it accepts, it flows, it extends, it sings. No, it says no to fear, yes to love. It sings no to fear, yes to love. No to endings, yes to the becoming. No to struggling, yes to remembering. World peace by 2035 begins with this truth. There are no true endings, only awakenings. You're not losing, you're becoming. You're not being punished, you're being reborn. You're not ending, you're beginning. Every second, every breath, every soul. Start sensing your soul, my friend. It's there. Listen to the small voices. I'm hoping that this poem will really assist you and help you and get you real clarity to be able to sense your soul. You're not striving, just soul encouragement is going on to say no to the noise of who you are not, and yes to the noise of who you truly are, eternally a new you. Love and peace cannot be achieved, it only needs to be remembered. This poem I wrote, and I kept rewriting it, and I was so discouraged. I said, why am I trying to do this? Come on. And I've been sitting on it now for about 8 or 10 days. So I'm going to give it to you. Here we go. One poem, 30 plus hours. A promise in my poem rooted in the history dated back to 2071 BC. You see, Twisdomology, time and wisdom, truth and wisdom. History, history is so critical to understand ourselves, our own history. Why was I born to this parent? What happened? Why did this go? What this go? Let's look at all this. So time and wisdom all working together. But this 2071 BC promise, it's all about how 2 plus 2 will bring you meaning. 2 plus 2, that's simple. This school of Twisdomology is going to be beyond or with any and all madness, and tap an undiscovered intelligence to rise above and beyond any and all insanity. Now, this morning I was in insanity when I woke up. I really was. I was doubting. I was this. I was, it's horrible. And then, we know what insanity is. It's just doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. But once I can get you to tap who you really are, that soul sense, all insanity, from simple frustration to personal relationships, business or world wars, all the same. If it's going on, even simple frustration, it means that there's soul insanity and you need some soul sensing. Same thing, different day, same results. We know the definition of insanity. Just a simple daily time investment, 2 minutes plus 2 questions. And guess what? We have no more need for secrets. The book The Secret sold 30 million copies. Now, great book. I learned a lot from it. But it could not do what these 2 questions could do, these 2 minutes a day could do. They couldn't do it. It couldn't do what it did for me this morning. No more secrets. We don't need them. No more gray areas. Think of the book 50 Shades of Gray. 170 million copies sold. It was about a wealthy, sex-crazed male's dominance over emotionally vulnerable women. And that's like our ego. It just wants to dominate us. We can't have any more gray areas, folks. And yet we'll relish in it. We'll go out and buy 170 million copies of something that gives us gray. The world is not ending. It is just the beginning. Same with you and your what? Your career, your business, your marriage, your relationships. Excuse me. If you listen to your SI, your soul intelligence, the AI, artificial intelligence, what I accomplished yesterday with this coaching client, all the struggles they had been through, all the other things. But then we started paying attention, first of all, to our soul intelligence. Hey, well, this happened for this happened for that. Hey, what could we do if what? And then we went to AI and we laid out this whole 10-year plan for her business, her marriage, her family, her children, what it looks like. I just can't wait to reveal that. And so we're living in such a powerful time, such a powerful time. And all this is from DI, divine intelligence and divine integrity. There's only 2 types of wisdom in the world, only 2. And they either originate out of the ego wisdom or the soul wisdom. Let's look at the ego wisdom that I went through this morning when I woke up, fear and conflict. It's from my program self. Pardon me. It's from my program self. You see, that's what happens when I do this 15 times. My ego now has got my voice, right? Hold on one second. I'm not redoing this one, ego. Not doing it. Sorry. Fear and conflict, it's programmed. Learned and earned, it's self created. It's full of illusions and delusions and conclusions. Who is right versus what is right? And seclusions and exclusions. It's always having to deal with the stuff that's the end extrinsic. Hold on a second. I'm going to pause this. Okay, that ego is working overtime. Always extrinsic, always based upon what's going on the outside of us versus what's going on in the inside. You know, it'll make you a party of, or it breaks you with all the noise. Man, it was ready to break me this morning, but I knew how to overcome it. It's always programmed by some type of pain, forced by fear, learned through lack, a mentality, a lacking mentality, a scarcity mentality. It's earned through shame, right? Fueled by guilt. It's self created for control. Believe it or not, we actually self create this to try to control our lives as if we have some real control over everything in life, and we don't. A builder, partnership, it'll make you a builder. Oh, yeah, it'll help you. It loves your partnership, but it's all temporary. It doesn't mean anything. It's all artificial and irreplaceable. You become artificial and replaceable, fragile. You're optional. Your position is non-essential and replaceable, right? It doesn't care, if it's burning you or not. It doesn't matter. Full of illusions to protect us, delusions to distract us, conclusions that divide us, seclusions that isolate us, and exclusions that condemn others. I was condemning myself this morning, all to preserve a self we never truly were or want to be. Now let's look at the other wisdom, the soul wisdom. That was is your inner voice. Love and peace endowed. It was gifted to you. Time and truth plus wisdom equals Twisdomology. When you really focus on time and wisdom, history, and then truth, history, that's when you have that Twisdomology that starts taking place. Reveals who you truly are. This wisdom is intrinsic. It's inherent. It's internal, from above, eternal, pulls and lifts you up. Remember, I said above all other ologies, above all the noise, endowed with love. It's rooted in peace, gifted, not earned, timeless and true. Wisdom awakened is Twisdomology. Always making new. That's what Twisdomology is all about. Every pulse, every beat. Pause and pursue the inner voices, the good voices, not the bad voices. Co-creator. It makes you a co-creator of good. Makes you a partner. You feel permanent. You feel at home. You feel in heaven because that's what it really is, permanent, essential, and non replaceable. You realize you're so unique. It's your thumbprint, right? Your physical thumbprint. Think about it. Your soul print is the same. It's irreplaceable. No one is the same soul print that you have. It's all about a divine cord that's in you, one that cannot be ignored. It's life is not inspiration, but restoration. I didn't need any inspiration this morning. I needed restoration. And as soon as I paid attention to the internal, to my soul, I was restored. Worth beyond performance. No hierarchy, not optional. You are original. You're not optional. You're original. There is no other option for the creator. He needs you. The source needs you. Creation needs you. The universe needs you. Feel true call, not a fake curse. And how many of us have built lives so many times. I watched the wedding of Jeff Bezos yesterday. Beautiful, and all the dignitaries and all the gowns and all the wealth. It is great. But how much of that, where does it lead us? Where does it really last, right? And there's no curse on that. It's beautiful. They all work so hard and achieve so many things, but we can't put our worth in that. Harmony, because I've been to Haiti as well with Frank McKinney, who has Caring House Projects. Beautiful. He builds all these homes in Haiti. What a beautiful person, and a beautiful work there in Haiti. And they are some of the most happiest people. The look on their faces are so different and more genuine than what I saw yesterday. Not saying that anyone's fake, but it's just a matter of what our souls, when they show up, what they look like, are so different than when just our bodies and our wealth and our accomplishments show up. So it's all, your soul's all about harmony and healing. It's all about mastery of time, truth, and transformation and wisdom. It doesn't shout. It whispers, pulling you higher above the noise, above the lies, above the fear-based fire. It's just pulls you above that. It was like hot this morning when I woke up with some of the thoughts and stuff, and that ego. Not because of or who can be satisfied by any other person. It's all internal, but breathed to you in you and by love. It was breathed into you, and it was by love, not dividing but uniting, not judging, igniting a quiet flame, knowing your name, your secret heart. This is what the psalmist so beautifully called it. Your secret heart. You know me in my secret heart. Already whole, already light. And then the poem below I'm going to share with you, this is what I wanted to accomplish, is to bring forth the truth of who you truly are. Who you truly are has the power to transform your world and the entire world. I want to share with you a comment out of a book called The Book of Thomas, which is supposed to be scriptures, but it never made it into the formal scriptures. And there was a quote by Jesus that said, "Bring forth what is within you, or what is within you will destroy you." And then it goes and refers right to the kingdom of God. You see, it's what the beautiful's in us that we're not bringing forth. That's what the ego fights. It's the love that's already in us. It's the peace that's already in us that the ego fights. And then we end up with fears and conflicts. What if total self, peace, and love was possible with just 2 minutes a day? With those two questions, do I want peace or conflict? Do I want to live in love or do I want to live in fear? How do I want the world to be? And so here's the poem I had that I was ready to rip up and throw away and go, who am I? But this is so needed. We're so blind to so many things, but to our soul, because we're blind to so many things because we're blind to our soul. So this is all about, Twisdomology is like the theology of one, and that is your one soul is the critical soul. But now we're all one together also, but your one soul is so critical. So this is about the cry inside of you. You are not hearing your unseen and unnecessary self-torment, self-cruelty, and self-created pain of self and others. Let's kick it off. Among the rich and poor, in boardrooms and bedrooms and mansions and slums, in most human hearts, the ego's success reigns victorious, but the battle for peace and love from within our soul remains unwon. I gotta pause this for a drink. 1 sec. No matter our title, position, or political view, our religion, psychology, philosophy, so fine, we followed and claimed belief systems passed down through time, yet find ourselves in many moments of regret and stories as if we are soul blind, being led by the blind. Are we just aging bodies, playing out illusions in time? Or eternal souls, misinformed yet still divine, still misunderstanding our purpose, our power, our design? Have we missed the wisdom hidden in history in our heart? A garden like Eden, it was ours from our very start. For our first 7 years, we've programmed with knowledge of good and evil rather than provision, abundance, and grace. And then we spend the rest of our life caught in this big race. There seems to be nothing more than an incessant unseen crave all the way up to our own grave. But our soul knows deep inside and remembers its true eternal roots. Grace, mercy, forgiveness, love, the very reason we were sent to earth, to fill it with all we carried here from above. Socrates once said, the unexamined life cannot truly start. It will lack true heart. Examination of our beliefs, our own mind, thought, and soul is the secret to personal peace, the only power to change all things, and the path to knowing we are truly whole. We chase one more deal, one more dream, one more win, but rarely ask, when will a peaceful, satisfying, blessed, and fortunate life for all begin? Most say all are endowed by their Creator with inalienable rights, but forget that all means all, including oneself. While God's will on peace on earth as it is in heaven remains unopened on our soul shelf. We look in our mirrors, but doubt the miracle in our own sights, becoming judge and jury instead of co creators of healing and light. We say we were made from above, yet we wrestle with the truth that God's kingdom on earth is fulfilled for all humanity as promised in 2071 BC, placed within as love. Most religious minds will always resist, but our souls for truth persist. The truth of universal love, spoken as an angelic 920 promise of peace and goodwill for all from above. So misunderstood, grace and mercy is the key to the garden, not a matter of who is evil or good. Too many religious in their scriptures did not read. No longer will mankind be deceived. And all will know God, forgiveness, grace, and mercy, and an eternal kingdom of love they received. The 2071 BC covenant may seem it goes against all odds. It's too old. It is not about man's provision or perfection to please God, but God's perfection plan of love versus fear and peace versus conflict to heal the human soul. Misunderstanding, unmerited mercy and grace we all have received leads to our souls being societally and self deceived. But the kingdom of God was delivered to all within. I know it's hard to accept and understand this, my religious friends, but there is no more death or sin. We are well trained in all our ologies, and we've mastered how to be theologically tough. But deep down, we're all haunted by the same question: for myself and for God, just me? Am I enough? We build belief systems that restrict access to God above, but the divine needs no permission, only our surrender to awaken His creation, already pulsing with His love. We fight to preserve what keeps us apart while denying the 2071 BC covenant spoken from the start, not to tribes or roles, but to all humanity becoming one spiritual offspring, a truth no religion or title could ever bring. Not of flesh or tribe, but of soul and belonging to fulfill the soul's deepest longing. When will we stop denying humanity its divine birthright, the power to heal, the power to love, to lay claim to all that is right, by igniting their Creator's endowed inner light? Lay down your self interest and grind, the mask and the spin. Let mercy and grace to all and for all finally begin. So the kingdom of God already within, over all our fear and the conflicts finally win. We build belief systems claiming we are blessed by image, brand, good fortune, and estate, yet we refuse to confront the ego conflicts we create, especially in our most personal and precious relationships, leaving their survival to just plain fate. We wonder what drives us to debate, what fuels the fire and hate, why fear and conflict so often rules us, over us and others, especially over the love meant for our fellow sisters and brothers. What happened to the promise of peace from above? No matter our status or wealth, ego steals our stillness and joy finds no release because our souls lack health. We build families, lives, and fortunes with wisdom not born from the skies, but from ego's clever logic, which mostly deceives us and divides. And all the while our souls cry out, for our soul's birthright in history shown, a piece of heaven, one sacred holy self, radiant, eternal, understood, and fully known. The kingdom of God lies buried beneath illusions and religious pride, leaving most empty of here and now soul solutions that self and others so often cry. versus finding the Creator's life, a light that never stops shining inside. Our soul aches to remember its identity, to unite with its source. But the ego and the world have taught us it's not inherent, it must be earned. Of course, we don't listen to the eternal spirit inside. We battle our own soul and with others and call it taking a stand with pride. We even shout, for my beliefs, I'll die, while ignoring the soul's quiet cry, a plea for peace within and worldwide. We say, I'm fine, but we're broke inside. We hustle and grind like hell, and we call it just a necessary stride. We say life is about building generational wealth. We die without finding our soul and leaving behind generations neglecting and lacking true soul health. We forget we're eternal, our earth as when we were in heaven, sent not just to succeed or deal, but all things on earth to heal. We beat ourselves up daily with silence or shame, or pose in the mirror and crown our own name. But the truth in our heart still goes unnamed, unhealed, even when we reach personal extreme fame. The real kingdom whispers not outside, but deep within. It's muffled by misinformed belief systems in struggle, death, and sin. The kingdom of grace and mercy, not earned but revealed in the pause between heartbeats, the place where our soul is healed. When we stop, when we breathe, when we lay all striving down, we'll remember we are love and nothing less profound. God is love, so are you, eternal, whole, true. No soul is condemned, silent, or asleep, just death to inner divine whispers beneath the noise we keep. The world and ego so loud, so near, drown out our soul's truth and intelligence, leaving no remedy for our fears. After a covenant made with Father Abraham over 4,000 years ago, we still believe in struggle, death, and tears because we never paused to hear our own soul intelligence and messages whispered so close, so clear. Stop, breathe, break down your walls of belief if you must. You're not broken, you're just waking up to your birthright of peace, love, and trust. Love versus fear, peace versus conflict. 2035 world peace through self peace, 2 minutes daily. It's called Peace Through Soul, our only true strength. Join the movement, 2035 worldpeace.org. I want your soul to win, and I am going all in. Thank you, my friend. Hopefully, I'll see you on the YouTube channel, commenting in the Facebook community. 2035 World Peace. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.